So something I've never done in Waco is go to the zoo, and since the sun came out and it's a beautiful day, we're gonna check out Cameron Park Zoo. Let's go! The meerkats, lemurs, and the gibbons are not going to be out. We're not sure why, but probably has something to do with the fact that it's still kind of cold. So this is where they normally are. Walking into the zoo and not seeing anything in the first exhibit is not cool. Cool fact, while traveling in Arkansas, we saw a real life one of those out in the wild and got a picture. Tried to get a video and it flew away. Shade. Have been moved to keep them nice and warm during the cold time, but we're going inside to do something really fun. It might get a little dark in here. Ooh. The Aquarium, where right behind me is what is significant to Texas and Louisiana. This is what our reef looks like. Some of the fish you might find there. It's pretty cool and really, really massive. And we're back to the sun. And out here, we're going to find some other cool things. This is all still part of the same exhibit. And now we have this netting across, which means there have to be birds. I'm excited. Let's see what we can find. Ready, so as you can see, they're working and getting all of this really restocked and cool and cleaned out, and they do this all the time. Okay, so there's this nice little crawl through. Naturally, I want to try it because there's windows into these exhibits, and we'll see if we can see anything. Oh, this is very tight. This is super tight in here. This is definitely for kids. Whew, but we made it. And you can see under the water in here. And well, let's see if I actually see anything. You can definitely tell kids are down here. There's little handprints all over the wall. I can't see anything. That means I'm gonna have to go up top. Let's go see if we can find some beavers. Okay, so that exhibit is one of the ones that they're actually working on right now. Typically it would have beavers in it, I believe, but they have this other area that I'm making my way around to that's supposed to have some of the animals. So let's go check this out. There are a creepy amount of buzzards here today. Like, not in containment buzzards. of the netting, trying to look into the netting to taunt the animals inside the netting. Thing about the otter exhibit here is they have a slide where you can actually slide down and be in the water with the otter. Not really in the water though. So that's kind of cool. That little guy is on the pursuit of food right now. So he keeps running from door to door and stalking until somebody lets him in. As we continue down this little path, we go into the river encounter. Another building. Maybe something will be out. Sunglasses off. It smells like an aquarium. Now, thanks to the Captain Obviousness of children, I now know there are snakes on this wall. So I won't be going over and seeing them. No, we don't like snakes, remember? Else kind of cool about Waco is they actually have this huge mammoth dig site where they found all of these crazy amounts of mammoths right here in Waco, Texas. And they have a national monument dedicated to it where it's an active dig site. So here, you can come out here and just see some fake mammoth bones, which is kind of like a throwback to that place. Now, if you've been with me since the beginning of my channel, that was my very first YouTube. Come a long way since then. We'll have to go back at some point and revisit that. But that is my homage to the Waco mammoth exhibit while here at the Cameron Park Zoo. There are lots of creepy critters that roam around at night, and some that aren't so creepy and look kind of cute but are very mischievous. Raccoon, my favorite. I just want to say I am Groot now, over and over, because it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Rocket. The birds are just creepy. They sneak up behind animals because they're little scavengers. They want whatever they don't want. It's kind of weird. They're stalking. I thought we already did this. Like, why? Why are there more reptiles? Meanwhile, we're next to this exhibit right here, which has white-tailed deer. The only negative about some places that you can go view animals is sometimes it makes it a little hard to see them through the fences. Cool thing is, they have lots of these glass walls, so you can check them out through a lot of those. Now I see the deer. Ah! See, a little difficult to see the actual deer, but still from some other vantage points it's a little easier, and it's kind of nice for a blend. Okay, I like turtles and frogs and gators, so I'm gonna try this. but I have a guide who's gonna tell me what I can and can't look at. Yeah. Illustration of how hard it is to come into one of these places and find only lizards. This way and this way, both snakes. It's one exhibit, one in the middle. It wasn't a snake. This is difficult. Oh my gosh. Frogs this way, snakes all that way.
Top.
Top. Top.
Not bottom.
Only top. This is so sad.
Oh my.
Frog, can't even see it, can't get close to it because top is frog, bottom snake, side snake. No, thank you. Gonna just keep on walking. Oh, life would be so much easier if I wasn't petrified of little things that can crawl anywhere without feet. Okay, upon the advising of the people who I am with, who want to make sure that I don't have a panic attack, we're going to the exit. And there are only snakes left. Ooh. Oh. Freedom. So, we are now in the African savannah, and I want to find out after I leave here if when the vultures and buzzards spread their wings out, if that's like a territory thing or I'm sunning thing. They do it a lot and it's really interesting. So now that we're in the savannah, looks like this is where normally they would have concessions and things like that, but I guess because it's not the prime peak season, they don't have that yet. So we're gonna figure out what there is here. So the savannah starts off with a whole bunch of these boardwalks like this, and you kind of intermingle your way down them to get to the lower level. But while you're on the upper level, they have this really cool thing that I think you can get close to the giraffes with. Let's cross our fingers, because that would be pretty awesome. In the meantime, I found dwarf animals. That this little antelope, just to kind of give you a size comparison, is not much bigger than my mini schnauzer. He's so tiny and he's full grown. That's crazy that he could be so small, but he's adorable and I just want to sit here and love on him, but you can't do that. It is so cute and little. whenever we went to the Smithsonian, we talked about how animals are usually bigger whenever they're in Africa and they're in the safari lands. Well, this is pretty much true. And that rhino, oh my goodness, the horn was like as long as my arm. I would not want to encounter that like on my own. No, they can run 22 miles an hour. Not as big as the first one though. Thank goodness. That one was munching through some food though, which is why they have a whole sign about them being like huge lawnmowers. Just saying. And this next side is something you won't see at any other zoo other than, well, this one. Flamingos with vultures. Everybody likes elephants. I love elephants. These are African elephants. So we're gonna learn a little bit about elephants today. Fact number 1, African elephants are the bigger ones. They have big ears, they're huge. And both males and females can have tusks. So we're not gonna know what this is. We're just not. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was an elephant doing his little dance. And now we're going to see lions. Usually, lions are not super active when you're at the zoo because they prowl around more at night. So, it'll be interesting to see what he's doing. Minimal movement, but it was movement. So now we're gonna go to this other side and see if we can't find something more. As we enter the Asia exhibit, of course, there's tigers, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Enter the Asian forest. Yep, we're going to the Asian forest where we should be finding some orangutans. And I mean, who doesn't love orangutans? They're cool, they're fun, they're red. So here we go. Looks like he's had kind of a rough day. He's kind of toward the back of his area, hanging out. I would be too though, because there are some loud people in this area and probably a little bit overwhelming. So going on. Look guys! Legends of the Hidden Temple! So we came around to the other side of the orangutan area, and guess what? He's getting closer. This area has a big glass wall. The noise is reduced by a lot, and we can see this big guy. He's awesome. stop off in the gift shop where there's everything. You're looking sharp. When I was a young warthog. I don't remember seeing this in Happy Feet. What kind of penguin is this? At the zoo? Really? Really?
Jurassic World.
All things with names.
Who doesn't want to curl up with this $900 awesome tiger? That's like the size of my bed. And looks like it might be softer. They're pretty legit. Oh yeah. I am so glad that it turned out to be a beautiful day here in Waco and we got to check out the Cameron Park Zoo. Cameron Park Zoo. That's right. It was awesome. A lot of the animals were just starting to get out and move around because it wasn't cold and rainy. So we got to see some really neat stuff today. I will definitely be back. They have some cool educational days that are coming up, including a sloth day. So if you have enjoyed this zoo, you should come and check it out if you're ever in Central Texas. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Subscribe by clicking the link below, and we'll go out on another adventure. Bye.